Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jonah. This is Jonah OMG. Today I'll be reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac season 8. This is episode 17. It's called Fashion Showdown. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let's go ahead and get right on into this review. So remember, Ashley and Gizelle are starting a new fashion line, athleisure line, so to say. So this episode, we're going to see the fashion show and all of that. But they do show us a little sneak peek of one of the outfits. Y'all, what is this? What is this? I'm sorry. When I think of athleisure, I'm not thinking of pleather pants and metallic shirts. And then they had like a metallic cape. A long like trench with a hood. I'm like, nobody's wearing that to the gym or like going to run errands. Like that's what I think of athleisure, like something you wear, something easy when you going to run errands, but you could stop at the gym if you want to. Like that's what I'm thinking athleisure is, and that's not what I see represented here. But I just don't know what chick will wear this actually. But anyway, we'll see more when the fashion show arrives. So we move on to NECA. Her and Ike are trying this IUI procedure. So this is basically where the doctor would just inseminate her. So NECA asks the nurse if she can go and help Ike so he can collect his data. Child, they were in that bathroom struggling. Like even the camera crew were like laughing. It was something going on in that bathroom. I don't know if it was Ike having struggles, but it was a lot of rumbling and Nick was like, yeah, highly disappointed in that process. But anyway, they end up going, forward with the procedure. So we wish her best luck. I know she really wants this baby. But again, I don't know if she really wants the child for her or she's just trying to please her parents and Ike's parents at this point. I can't tell. So up next is Mia and Gordon. They're going to see their therapist. I guess I'm really having a hard time understanding the root of Mia and Gordon's relationship issues. Obviously, I feel like if the business didn't go belly up, then they probably would be in a better space than they are now. However, she was saying, talking to the therapist, that he's been difficult to live with. He's been really combative to her, combative with the kids. But I'm wondering, like, how long did this combativeness actually last? Before she decided she wanted to potentially file for wdivorce. I'm wondering, like, what's the time period of how long she was dealing with that with him. Now she did reveal something. She was like, when she first sought legal counsel for the first time, which I don't know what the first time actually is, but when she first sought legal counsel, Gordon like wiped her bank account clean, like she said, down to the zero. So obviously, if he's doing something like that, like that's a controlling behavior. Like obviously, you don't want to. I wouldn't want to be with somebody that has that kind of power over me. Like, what did you just go wipe my bank account clean? Like, huh? No. Two would even want to do that, knowing that I have children with you. You know what I mean? However, I'm wondering why she didn't bring that up to the therapist. She only said that little piece in the confessional. What I found odd is when Mia was speaking about her seeking counsel this time around, to proceed with the divorce, Gordon was like, that's wise, that's wise. He felt sincere. I mean, it felt sincere to me in that moment. I like Mia. I feel like Mia holds the girls accountable at times. She has her fun shade. But the issue that I have with Mia is that I don't know what's real and what's fake with this girl. It just seems like the truth ain't in her. Like, as viewers, like, I don't know when Mia is being honest or when she's trying to fabricate a story just to make her life like seem interesting. Like, it's just hard to pick up on when she's lying and when she's telling the truth, and that is what's make it, as a character, it's difficult to trust her. It's kind of dangerous. Like this story with Gordon wiping out the bank account, but then on the other hand, Gordon was saying that it was wise for her to seek legal counsel to review her options. They don't add up to me. They don't add up. Like, how does he say it's wise on one hand, but then mad on the other hand when you did it and wiped the bank account clean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to believe with this girl. Like, and we have caught her in lies before. It's just so weird. It's so weird. So the therapist had them like turn to each other, like look each other in the eye. Mia was kind of like looking off at the therapist. I was like, okay, she can't even look this man in his eye at this moment. Like, gosh. But the therapist was telling them, like, express what you need out of this relationship, for growth. Gordon was speaking his piece, holding her hand tight. And Mia was just like, okay, okay, okay. I don't know if the producers just cut off when it was Mia's turn to speak, or she just decided not to say nothing at all. Like, I don't know, but it just ended kind of weird. I'm like, it looks like Gordon is trying to like pour his heart out to you, Mia, but you're not receiving it. So that's what makes me feel like, is it just more to the story? Is this another side of Gordon that we just don't see? Like, I just I'm having a hard time painting this picture in my mind. But obviously, there's a disconnect somewhere, right? Like, it's obvious. Mia is not lovey dovey or feeling like she needs to fight for this relationship anymore. But what I'm gathering is that money stopped coming. That money stopped coming in, and I feel like Mia has no incentive to put anything into the relationship anymore. I feel like if the business didn't go belly up, Mia would be trying harder for the relationship. But now she don't feel like she needs to. That's what it's giving. Now, this isn't a case of me like believing the man over the woman. Da, 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 da. Like, I'm just showing you what my eyes are seeing, child. I feel like if the business was still going strong, the relationship would probably still be going strong at this point. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear y'all perspective on Gordon and Mia's relationship, because it's a disconnect there, but I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if it's actually Gordon, how Mia is saying it, or if it's actually Mia. So we move on to Candace, and she's also seeing her therapist. He's actually making a house call. So Candace is expressing her desires to become a mom, but she thinks, and I could see this happening, she thinks that she's using her career as an excuse, or rather as a way to mask her fear of actually becoming a mother, which I think is a normal fear, right? Like, motherhood is pretty scary. Like, I commend y'all. Like, y'all are out here really raising human beings. That's insane to me. Obviously, I don't have any kids, but um yeah, that's insane. Like, raising human beings, there's so many nuances to motherhood. I just can't imagine. It's beautiful. I commend all the moms out there who are doing it every day. Like, kudos to y'all, but I could see the fear settling in. And so she's like, she was trying the IVF process, and then she started making new music. Then she went on tour. Then she went on another tour, and then the show, and she was doing acting, and then she got a master's randomly in this time frame. So I feel like she's putting everything on the forefront and putting motherhood or trying to have a baby on the back end. But I guess Chris is ready, and she says she's ready too. Like, she desires to have a baby. So we'll see what decision she makes in the end. So all the ladies are meeting out for lunch. Yes, all the ladies. So Mia was presented this opportunity to do this magazine spread, I guess centered around like Black women empowerment. And so she invited all the ladies to do the spread with her, which I love it. I can't wait to see like all the pictures when they come out. So the editor came to kind of speak to the ladies, and they actually end up doing a fitting with them right then and there. I think they were at a restaurant. I'm like, what they doing this at this restaurant? But anyway, so all of the women are like representing iconic women throughout history. So Candace had Diana Ross, Giselle had Beyonce, Mia had Pam Grier, Wendy had Shirley Ralph. Let me see. Ashley had Dorothy Dandridge, Robin had Mariah Carey, and then who am I missing? Oh yeah, Karen had Lena Horne. So I cannot wait to see the pictures. Unfortunately, Neha wasn't invited. The editors really wanted the ladies to do the spread because they're Potomac ladies and they're being on the show. But Nika just got here, so they don't know Nika well enough. So Yeah, she wasn't invited. So we move on to Robin, and Juan is joining her. Robin is going to look at this space. So she's trying to start a franchise. So we move on to Robin, and Juan is joining her. Robin is looking at a space. So she's planning on opening a franchise for this like facial studio. It's called Glow 30. So she was looking at this space. The space is gonna cost like $69,000 a year to rent. And I'm like, child, Robin, are you sure? Like, are you sure? Positive that you can bring in that kind of revenue? Really more revenue than that, because that's just renting the space. Like, you obviously want to make a return on your investment. So you really need to be bringing in more than that. But I've never heard of Glow 30 until she mentioned it on the show a couple episodes back. But y'all, I checked their Instagram and they only have like 3,000 followers. So they don't have a huge following currently. I honestly feel like the space is too big. I feel like she needs to scale it down a little bit more first, since this is her first venture in this kind of franchise. Plus, the franchise, like I said, doesn't have a huge following, so you're not going off of anything. Like, you're gonna have to build up this franchise. Essentially, like, you're gonna have to be the one of the prime marketers for your business. Like, they don't have a big enough name to stand alone. So I feel like she needs to scale it down. The space looked too big for me. Like, she wanted like 6 facial rooms. I'm like, maybe you should do 4 and then work your way up from there. She ended up calling Gizelle. So we did learn that Gizelle's dad is in the hospital. He's down in Atlanta. So she was down there at the time with him. He has to have surgery soon. So I know it's a scary feeling. I know it all too well. Yeah, scary. So we move on to Wendy, and she's shooting her first podcast for her show. I can't remember the name of the show. I think like Dr. Wendy Tells All or something like that. I made that up. Now, at first, I really didn't think that she had drilled down the concept well enough. Like, I was a little on the fence, but nevertheless, I do love that all the ladies are venturing into new businesses. I think it's a great look. I think it's very inspirational. You know, Wendy has the podcast. Ashley and Gizelle have the athleisure line. You know, Robin has the Glow 30 thing. Karen still has her Grand Dame collection. Mia's not doing anything right now, but we have seen her in a business space. Nika is a lawyer, so that's great. But it's really inspirational. So for her first episode, she's doing a panel. So she had like a talk show host, somebody from like a White House correspondent, the founder of Black Girls Vote, the Jasmine brand, if y'all, pay attention to social media, which I know y'all do. But yeah, so I mean, I really enjoyed what I saw, y'all. They were just it felt very relaxed. It felt very authentic, but they were still addressing some heavy topics. I think the first one she addressed was affirmative action. Of course, all the ladies were, giving their 2 cents on it. But I did like what I saw. It felt like a show that I would want to tune into. So I hope she keeps up the good work. She was way over budget, baby, though. She was way over budget. So hopefully she can kind of keep that under wraps. So we have arrived at the fashion show for GNA, Gizelle and Ashley, athleisure line. And so y'all Ian walks in Deborah. I'm like, I don't like Deborah. I don't like Deborah. I said it from the first time we seen her last season. I'm like, this girl just want to be on TV. Like, I don't know. I don't like her. And I feel like you coming in so hot, like you just like boom, boom, that chick, and everybody man want to be flirting with you. I'm like, girl, get over yourself. Like, she's the one who coined the happy Eddie term, insinuating that Eddie was flirting with her. Like, girl, bye. Like, girl, bye. So the fashion show starts. Candace and Wendy kind of had the same sentiments I did. It just didn't seem athleisure. I don't think they understand the concept of athleisure. The fabrics didn't make sense to me. They were all like metallic and pleather. And I'm like, I'm not wearing that as athleisure. That's not something that I can easily move around in. To me, I like She by Sheree better for its athleisure. I don't care if she got it from Shein or not. I liked it better. Now, what I commend Gizelle and Ashley on is they got it out much quicker than Sheree got her stuff out. But I do hope they grow from this. I hope they're able to take some constructive criticism if people offer it, because it just didn't read athleisure to me. Yeah. So apparently, y'all, this was the night that we seen on the blogs before the show even aired. So after filming wrap, Deborah like came to Candace, addressing Candace, like, Candace, is there anything you want to say to me? Candace was like, absolutely not. Like, she was like, well, you call me Sesame Street, you could say it to my face. It seemed like Candace was trying her best. Now, granted, it was just audio. We didn't have any video. But it was just audio. But it seemed like Candace was trying her best to ignore the girl. Even Kearno stepped in and was like, hey, this not the time, this not the place. Like, but it seemed like Deborah just kept egging her on. But apparently it was some rah-rah action going on. But as the blogs were stating, it was actually Kiarna K who actually got into an altercation with Deborah. So it wasn't even Candace, but to me, it seemed like Kay was just trying to defuse the situation. So I don't know how it escalated to somebody actually getting in a fight, but child, that's where we are. We left on a to be continued, so I'm sure they're going to be a topic of discussion for next episode. So that was it, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment in below what you feel about Gordon and Mia's relationship, because I cannot pinpoint who really what the issue is and who's telling the truth and who's not, because there's a disconnect here, and I am thinking it's Mia. I'm thinking Mia is to blame for majority of this, and we got a little sneak peek of that for next episode, but we'll save it for then. All right, see y'all later. Bye.